Hi everyone, welcome to a shoulder mobility, strength, and a bit of stretching routine. It's going to be about 30 minutes for today. Okay, so we'll just start in a seated position, and let's just start with an inhale, roll the shoulders, and an exhale. We can start with some seated cat and cows. Here, inhale and look up, and exhale, round it out. Couple more here, inhale and look up, and exhale, round it out. We're going to look left and right here, so on the inhale you can look to the left, and as you exhale you can look to the right. We're going to do this for 4 breaths here. Inhale, look left, and exhale, look right. We're going to just do some neck rolls here as well. So we're going to start off with tipping our head to the right, looking down and rolling across to the other side. And then you can tip to the left, roll it down, tip to the other side. We'll do a couple more here, tilting, rolling it down, and coming back up. Alright, now we're going to do some side bends. So we're just going to reach up and across, look at the ceiling, and roll it through. This one feels really good for the side of the body, through the back, and go to the other side, roll it across, coming back up. And we'll do this one a couple more times as well. Side bend and rolling through, looking across, and coming back up. Awesome job. Okay, so next thing, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So if you put your hands on your shoulders, put those elbows together, reach them to the ceiling, and roll them around. A few more here. And then we can switch directions here. So elbows to the ceiling, and then elbows pressed together, rolling it down, and coming back up. Perfect. Okay. So next thing is we can do a reach and twist. So we're going to put our hands to up and twist across the body. Other direction. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, crossing over the body. And one more on each side. So for this next exercise, looking over the shoulder and rotating that palm up, while the opposite shoulder is going to be rotating around the opposite direction. So now you have some chest openers here. So you can interlace your fingers, put your hands to the ceiling, put them behind your back. Big inhale as you look up. Exhale as you bring that head forwards, coming back to neutral and resetting those arms. Okay, a couple more here. Keep breathing while you do this. Inhaling as you look up, exhaling as you look down, Inhaling as you reset the hands to the top, and exhale as you bring them down. And this time, we're just going to press up and down. So you can inhale as you press up, exhale as you bring the hands down. You can see that I actually have a different mobility between my left and right. Okay, so this one's called Apley's, and essentially rotating one hand as if you're doing a tricep stretch, and the other hand is coming behind the back there. So hand over, reaching from the top, and the other hand is trying to touch that hand from the bottom. Don't worry about touching your hands just yet. We'll get into this as an actual stretch later on into this routine. For now, we're just warming up the rotation in the shoulders and getting some mobility going. Okay, so next we're going to go into quadruped position on hands and knees so that we can do some traditional cat-cows. So as you inhale, you can look up at the ceiling, and as you exhale, you can round the back and look to the ground. Inhale, look up, and exhale, round your back. One more here, and then you can take a rest into child's pose. Try to even out that breath. If you want a little bit more, you can go up onto the fingertips and you can get a bit of a deeper stretch through the backs of the arms and the lats. Okay, so from here, we can put that left hand behind our head and we'll go into some thoracic rotations. So as you inhale, you can put the elbow up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, bring it down, okay? And for this one, just go at your own pace. Okay, we'll do a couple more here. Perfect. And then we'll get ready to switch to the other side. So now we're on the right side. We're bringing the elbow down and twisting up. So you're exhaling on the way down, inhaling as you rotate up. Perfect. Exhale as you rotate down. Inhale as you rotate that elbow to the ceiling. Perfect. This is really good for our thoracic mobility, particularly our rotation. Okay, so we'll get in one more here, and then you can relax and rest into that child's pose and breathe. Okay. So now we're going to make our way onto our stomachs, and we're going to put our hands by our side, lift them up, and we're going to press them forward into a Y, do a little pulse, squeeze them into the body. So a little pulse and squeeze. You can do this one at your own pace as well. Pressing the hands forward, little pulse, and squeezing those elbows into your side. Great. Last one here, and squeeze. We're going to flip our hands so that the backs of our hands are on the small of our back. And then we're going to do some reach arounds. Touch our hands in the front and swing them back around. So you're going from internal rotation to external rotation as you reach towards the front of the body. For this one, we want to keep our hands nice and slow, controlled movement. You might find you have a little bit of shaking. This is a great one just to maintain that mobility. A couple more. Inhale as you reach forwards. Exhale as you come back around. Awesome. So we're going to take another little rest into child's pose before we get into our standing and our strengthening sequence here. So this is where we're going to be coming standing up. If you have a wall, you can put your feet about 6 inches from the wall, bring those hands into your side, rotate them up, and press. So we're thinking about slow and controlled press. If you're against the wall, the goal here is to maintain contact with the entire forearm, wrist, and hand. This is a bit of a mobility and as well as a stability exercise here. This is a really good warm-up for the shoulders, for that scapular motion, keeping everything moving smoothly. Okay, so once you've done that, you can grab that loop, that resistance band loop, and we're going to put a little bit of tension on that, and we're just going to reach up and down. So you can inhale as you come up, exhale on the way down. We're going to do about 10 of these. Maintaining that constant tension, you will feel this burns a little bit. Couple more here. Inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. So we're going to get into some pulses here. So at the bottom, we're going to pulse about 10 times. We're going to do this at 4 levels, okay? So at the next level, we're not going quite at shoulder height, we're just bringing it up slightly. Now we're at shoulder height at 90 degrees. We're going to do 10 pulses here. This is where it's really going to start to burn. And then we're going to bring that all the way to the top. And we're going to pulse for the last 10. And then stick with me here, guys. Once you've done those 10 pulses, we're going to reach up and down again. We've only got 8 of these. Just 2 more. Good job. And last one of these, elbows bent. We're going to do those presses with the elbows in that bent position. That's it. Couple more. And 3, 2, last one. And 1. Good job. Okay, we're gonna do some pulses again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Okay. Drop that band, and now you can actually pick up a TheraBand. So we're going to get that TheraBand on some tension. It's not a super heavy one. And then we're going to open and do some trap squeezes for that mid-back between the shoulder blades. And oftentimes, this really can help us to reduce some of those knots and reduce that tension as well. All right. That's awesome. We're gonna do some shoulder mobility here. So we're just gonna go up and over. As you can see, I don't have a ton of shoulder mobility with how much that band increases, but the more you do this exercise, the easier it's gonna be. All right, now you can drop the band, and if you have some 3-pound dumbbells, anything from 1 to 3 pounds is going to be great for this. So standing in a neutral stance here, we'll do some vertical flies where we bring the dumbbells up and bring them around. So we're in external rotation here. We're going to do a few different exercises here. So we're going to keep the arms lifted here, and we're going to do some horizontal abduction. So bring them in and out. Keep those arms lifted if you can. If you need to take a rest, that is something you can do as well. Now we're going to go into a shoulder press position, and we're going to pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. But keep those arms lifted, because we're going to also pulse it up in a lateral raise position. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. So you can keep those weights in your hand, and we're going to go into a hinge position, and we're just going to pulse those weights behind us with our palms facing the ceiling. So our whole body is staying still, and we're just pulsing our arms behind us. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right. You can pop those weights down, and we're going to pick up a kettlebell, or even if you have a slightly heavier dumbbell. But the idea here is balancing it over our head so that we can take some steps forward and backwards. Good. Couple steps forwards and step backwards. And we're going to do some shoulder presses here. 4, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Good. And 2. And 1. Perfect. And shake it out. Switch to the other side. You can balance that overhead, and we can start taking some steps forwards and backwards. Perfect. Forwards and back. Couple more here. That's it. And last one. Good. So keeping that shoulder pressed, we're going to go 4 and 3. Keep breathing. Good job. And 2 and 1. Awesome. All right. And we're just going to do a quick little pulse with the shoulder press and kettlebell 2 hands. Awesome. We're going to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay. So you're all done with that weight there. And now you're going to grab that tiny 3-pound weight, a ball or a bench or a chair, whatever you can use to prop yourself up. And we're going to put a pillow under the arm as well. This is going to help stabilize the shoulder. That's going to strengthen the external rotators. So we're going to do 12 per side here. And that's 7, 6, 5, 4, and exhale on the way up, and 2, feeling the burn, and 1. Perfect. And you can switch sides there, give it a quick shake. You're going to alternate to the other side, place your pillow, get yourself into that position to do some external rotations, and we're going to do 12 again. So 12, 11, exhaling on the effort. Or this will be 8. Good. 2, these tiny muscles burn, and 1. Okay, so we're on the other side, getting ourselves set up, and we're gonna do 12 more of these per side. Then this is pretty much the end of the work of this routine before we get to do some nice stretching. Two, burn, and 1. Awesome, and we'll switch sides here again. This is our last set and our last side. So just 12 more. All right, here we go. 12. Exhale on the way up. Only 7 left in the whole workout. Good. 6, nice, slow and controlled. 4, and 3, and 2, definitely feeling it. Let's get that last one. Good, and 1. Okay, we're done. You can drop the weight. You can pop that ball to the side. Alright, so now you can get yourself into a comfortable kneeling position. If you want to get a little bit of stretch in the toes, you can sit on your toes flexed as you do a chest opening exercise. Alright, so kind of inhaling and looking up, opening the chest, and holding it here and breathing throughout. And you can relax here. Okay, so if you haven't done eagle arms before, we're going to go with our left hand underneath, our right hand on top, and if you can touch those palms together, feeling a stretch here. To get a little bit deeper, you can look down. And you can relax there, and we'll prepare to switch sides. So we're going to go with our right hand under, our left hand over, and try to touch palms. All right, keep breathing. If you can take nice deep breaths into any of those tight areas. Neutral, uncross the arms. Perfect. Just take a deep breath here. Maybe let the toes tap, release those, Okay, so that mobility we did, we're gonna do the stretch version of this. So you can take your right hand, put it behind you, do that tricep stretch, and then you can work that left hand behind and try to connect those hands together. The bottom hand is medially rotating and the top hand is in a slight external rotation, holding that stretch, breathing, nice even breaths. Good, and you can release that. Okay, we're gonna go to the other side, left hand, triceps. I'm gonna do a tricep stretch here. And you can reach that right hand around and underneath, medially rotate, and try to connect those fingers together. Same thing here, you should feel the nice stretch through both arms. Breathe. Keep breathing, and then you can relax there. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is a lovely chest stretch. So you can go onto your stomach and prepare yourself to go into a cobra stretch that you would do in yoga. But this time, once you get into cobra, you're going to bend one arm and look over the opposite shoulder. So I'm going to bend into my right and look over my left, feeling a stretch on the opposite side of where I'm looking. And we'll go through this one a couple times. Go at your own pace, and you should feel a nice stretch in the front of the shoulder as well as the chest. Okay, last one here. Okay, so flip it over onto your back this time. And we can do some supine rotations. So taking one knee to the chest and crossing it over, going through that range. And we're just gonna alternate between our legs. So the one leg comes up, crosses over, returning to neutral. And this is just nice, fluid. Go at your own pace. Last one here. And you can just bring those knees into your chest, rock side to side. Okay. And then we'll come up, coming back to seated position. And take a couple breaths. And you're all done. Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed that routine, and hope that your shoulders feel ready for a workout or covered.